You're watching Marcia on VeroBuzzTV.com.
Well, hello everyone. You are watching Buzz TV, and I'm Marcia Littlejohn, and I am going to get my concealed weapon permit. Boy, oh boy. You know, somebody else was saying that the other day. First of all, let me tell you that Rob Curry, Lieutenant Rob Curry from the Fort Pierce Police Department, you were here before, and I forgot to tell you that I talked with someone who had just seen, I don't know who it was, but some political entity that was on TV saying right to that camera, and if you don't think I'm going to be caring, you're wrong. I mean, so everybody needs to think about this, and I want to talk to you because you are so involved with the concealed weapon permit. Good to see you.
You too.
It took me a little while to get that out, but it is good to see you, because I think the last time you were on, we talked about this, and it is important, isn't it?
Yes, it's very important.
What I want you to do then is to tell all of our viewers how easy it is and why you in law enforcement feel that it's important that people have their concealed weapon permit.
Well, I think that our citizens that are law-abiding should, if they feel the need to, be armed and acquire a concealed weapon permit to protect themselves. You know,
because of the world, because
yes.
Yeah, oh boy. But what about these places that say a gun-free restaurant, a gun-free this? Isn't that just, I mean, idiotic?
Yeah, well, the way I see it, if you disagree with that, then don't shop there, and they're going to lose business. And they're going to be astounded as to how much business they're going to lose with that.
But what does it take, Lieutenant Curry, for individuals to know that laws don't affect the criminal? The criminal doesn't pay attention to laws, or they wouldn't be criminals.
I agree with you. Whether we have a law banning firearms or not, the criminals are still going to get the firearms.
But since this horrible situation in Oregon just recently, Lieutenant, everyone is saying, you know, that we've got to do something about gun control. We have to be careful about that. What do you as a law enforcement officer feel about that?
I think there are some flaws in the law. I mean, when you purchase a firearm, you fill out a form, and it asks you if you've had any mental health issues. That's where the problem is. Yeah. They have to be able to access your records to see if you have ever had any mental health issues. I was going to say, yeah. Yeah. That's where the biggest problem is, in my opinion. So in other words, we're not doing enough, I guess, really evaluating the individual that buys a gun. But I'm talking about the person who they don't buy a gun. They can go out and steal a gun. Sure. I mean, and yet, when you talk about certain guns, though, and certain concealed weapons, what type of weapons are we talking about? Well, as far as concealed weapons, that's going to be handguns for the most part. And those are, is there a way to, and we're going to take a little break in just a second and really come back and talk about that. Is there a way to protect your family, though, with a gun that is loaded? Because I was always taught, if you're going to have a gun, you make sure it is loaded. I agree with you. If a loaded gun is as good as a hammer. Absolutely. Yeah. But the big thing is... Or an unloaded. Unloaded, yes, an unloaded. Yes. As good as just a wink or something. Yeah. Because you don't want, and if somebody sees you have a gun and it's unloaded, they go get a gun that is loaded. Yeah. So that this is the problem. So we'll talk about this. You can tell I will be a disclosed person. I am a member of the NRA. We will be right back with Lieutenant Rob Curry talking about the concealed weapon permit.
Attention! This important message is for any American who is about to turn 65 years of age or older. Nation's Helpline has Medicare supplement insurance news that may benefit you, your family, or someone you know. Most Americans who are about to turn 65 years old know they need Medicare supplement insurance, even if they already have Medicare. The Nation's Helpline Medicare supplement team can guide you and help answer your Medicare questions. Call today.
Please call 800-632-2804.
Stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics. in downtown Vero Beach. Owner Patty Callahan prints it all, from color and black and white copies to blueprints, banners, signs, prints of paintings, and fine art. Patty makes restorations and creates outstanding graphic designs. Call Patty at 770-1521 or stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics at 2345 14th Avenue. Stop by for all of your printing needs at Patty's Printing and Graphics, across from the old railroad station in downtown Vero Beach.
And we are back indeed, as promised, with Lieutenant Rob Curry. He is, of course, with the Fort Pierce Police Department, and we're talking about the concealed weapon permit. People all over the world, though, you were talking about an article that you just read about Britain. Tell me about that again.
Yeah, they have as many stabbings in Britain because, of course, guns are illegal in Britain. So they have as many stabbings as we have shootings in this country. So
yeah, they're going to find out. The person who wants to kill, who is mentally ill, is that what we're finding out, though, Lieutenant? That the individuals that are the perpetrators of these crimes, that it's either drugs or mentally some problem with their mental acuity. What are we finding?
Well, if you look at the school shootings we've had in our country, it's normally mental illness.
Yeah.
But a lot of these random shootings, they're gang-related type shootings, just with no care for life.
And you wonder where they were growing up. And I've often wondered, you know, the psychologists that can talk about what is the mental idea when they're sitting there with a game box and their objective is to shoot every single thing that's moving on there. And they do that hour after hour after hour. That's got to do something. But do we have any lessons or any group gatherings for parents to start out with their children, so we don't have these kids that go out there and shoot up everybody they see?
Yes, there is intervention out there for parents that maybe they don't know how to raise their children, or they need some guidance.
Yeah.
There's so many groups out there. It's just, you know, it's too many for me to list for you.
What about having, I mean, you're a law enforcement officer, and we've seen some horrendous things happening all over the world against our law enforcement. What do you think about that?
I think it's horrendous. We're here to protect the public.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I feel our citizens should be armed. Many times, citizens do come to the aid of police officers that are in need.
Do you know what I want to do? I want to take a little break in just a moment, but I want to come back and really explain to the viewer out there what getting a concealed weapon permit requires. Because it's not just that person who picks up a gun. And don't they have to take a course to know how to handle that gun?
Absolutely.
And doesn't it seem to me that the person who's teaching that course would be able to identify if the person he's teaching is mentally able?
Yes, they should be. Sometimes mentally ill people can hide it very well, but...
Yeah. It's just, we've got to do something. It's just so scary. And I mentioned to you, though, about the police department and, of course, what they feel, and some of our, as you mentioned, gangs and everything. What about the press? Do you think the press is aggravating the situation or helping the situation?
I think, personally, that the press does whatever they have to do to sell newspapers, get viewers.
Or get the top story out there before,
anybody else, so they can get the ratings.
And what about the individual that is the perpetrator, is the criminal, who just wants the glory of it?
Yeah, they get famous out of this.
Yeah. You know what I loved, and we're going to take one more break and come back with my very distinguished guest, Lieutenant Rob Curry. He is talking about concealed weapon permits and how you can get them. We're going to talk about that in just a moment, and also talk about how much I loved the police chief in Oregon saying he wasn't even going to mention that guy's name. I thought that was great. We'll be right back with my very distinguished guest, Rob Curry, and of course he is a lieutenant with our Fort Pierce Police Department, and we'll talk about concealed weapon permits and how you can get one.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage, but you can pay too much.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from ICANN, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the ICANN mobile app free. So don't wait another minute. Call ICANN, get covered, save money.
The Furniture Man is a locally owned business that has served the needs of the community of Vero Beach and Indian River County for over 30 years. Here at the Furniture Man, we offer fine pieces to furnish each and every room of your home. Specializing in Floridian style, come browse our selection of bedroom, dining room, patio, and living room. Come explore over 10,000 square feet of showroom where you can find mattresses, recliners, sofas, dining, and more. Visit us at 673 US 1 in Vero Beach, Monday through Saturday for all of your furniture needs.
Well, we are wrapping this particular segment up with my very, very, and I say this frequently, but I really mean it, a distinguished guest, and he is Lieutenant Rob Curry. You are with the Fort Pierce Police Department. Have things changed within your department? Do you have, with all the crimes that are happening up and down?
Oh, yes. You know, we have spells where we'll have a rash of shootings, and the world's just getting very violent.
It is getting violent. So let's talk about what it requires when you take and you want a concealed weapon permit. What's the step?
Okay, well, you have to take a class, and that's the first step.
And the class of what? What are you doing?
They teach you about the gun laws in the state of Florida, how to conceal, different things like that, you know, just to get a knowledge base. And most of these all of these classes are required to take you out to a gun range and actually handle a firearm. Some do it better than others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some will actually spend time with you and make sure you're proficient with the weapon, but it's not really required.
Golly.
Yeah, they just have to see you fire the weapon. It doesn't say that you have to hit the target or anything like that.
Maybe we need to get a little more stringent with that as well, the training of it.
Yeah, make sure you're proficient with it. If I'm going to sign off, if I'm going to do your class, I'm going to make sure you're proficient with the weapon, and you're going to shoot several rounds.
So you are one of the instructors. You are an instructor for the concealed weapon permit.
Yes, I'm an FDLE certified instructor. And
so how does somebody get in touch with you to get his concealed weapon permit?
Well, they can call me at the Fort Pierce Police Department, 467-6800, area code 772, of course, and we can, you know, either I can do it or I can refer them to someone. And
how long does it take about to get a permit?
Normally, as far as the class itself, it's 4 hours. And then it takes a couple of months. It goes through the Department of Agriculture. And as you could imagine, they're processing a whole lot of these things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think we need to get that word out too.
Yeah, yeah, for people to get these things.
Yeah.
But you have a little homework after you take the class I wanted to bring up to you, Marcia. You have to go to a sheriff's office type and have your fingerprints taken, and they'll do an FBI background check to make sure you're not a felon in certain things. And you have to get a passport photo. And then you just put all that together, send it off. Supposedly 6 to 8 weeks later, you'll have your concealed weapons permit.
And can't you just see all of those criminals, those mentally retarded individuals that are going to be out there shooting and just finding a gun? They're not going to do any of that.
No, no, they wouldn't bother to go through that.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Well, there's a lot to learn, and of course what we have to do is really be concerned about how our children and how our young people are being treated, and I think that has a whole lot to do with it as well. So once again, they can get in touch with you by calling the Fort Pierce Police Department.
Absolutely, and I can refer them to someone, or, you know, if I'm not busy, I can maybe take care of that myself.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's great, and I think sometime maybe what you can do is come down and maybe show us, because I think a lot of people are concerned about what types of guns and then how to keep it safe in the home, which we were talking very briefly, and we only have about 30 seconds left. But, you know, as we say, a loaded gun, don't have a gun, don't let anybody even think you have a gun that isn't loaded.
Yeah, and please, if you're stopped by a police officer, let them know that you're armed. Okay, just give us that heads up.
That's good. Absolutely, a tremendous thought there. We're going to get you back frequently to talk about this, and just everybody say your little prayers that our world straightens up. Thanks so much for being with us.
Anytime, my pleasure.
And thanks to all of you. You're watching Buzz TV.
See Arts in Depth with Barbara Hoffman, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 and 10 p.m.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage, but you can pay too much.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from ICANN, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the ICANN mobile app free. So don't wait another minute. Call ICANN, get covered, save money.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Buzz TV. I'm Marcia Lt, and I am here with Keneth George. Now, he's wearing a different hat today because we all know him and love him as the Communications Director, and I hope that's the right title. I'll say it right here, Communications at Indian River Charter High School.
Yes.
And oh, are you ever doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Last night, just being there and watching all of the PowerPoints that you write up and you put together and you make the presentation.
I helped with the slideshow for the photos of our school. Jeremy Mazzina helped make the PowerPoint, and he put a lot of time into that.
But this is what I think. I learned so much about Charter High School last night, too, and watching. But oh my golly, the music, the dancing.
That's right, they had the dance instructor
yes.
there. The rock and roll.
Well, the rock and roll,
Yeah.
old time rock and roll, and that's. Well, yes, we'll talk about all of this later because that is not our topic today, but now you know that my guest, Keneth George, is the Communications Director with Indian River Charter High School. However, he does have talent, and oh boy, this is so much fun because it's the Treasure Coast Got Talent.
Yes.
Tell me about that organization and what you're doing.
Well, the Treasure Coast Got Talent is a regional talent show program similar to the America's Got Talent.
Wow.
And so it's pulling all the young talent ages 10 through 22 from Indian River County, Okeechobee, St. Lucie, Martin counties. And so I'm representing the Indian River County branch of it. And so we have a final event coming up.
So now, wait a minute. You're representing the Indian River branch of it. Mm-hmm. Does that mean you're dancing?
No.
Oh, I thought, oh, not only communications, he is. I thought we were going to see you on stage or charter. Okay.
No, I don't qualify. It's ages 10 through 22. So.
Oh, okay.
But I am actually here on behalf of that organization.
Okay.
Because Indian River has a group of finalists, and so they're going to be performing on October 24th. And so on behalf of Charter High School, I've been providing the sound. Charter is one of the sponsors of the event.
Great.
And so I'm just here to promote that final event, which is October 24th.
And where's that taking place?
Vero Beach High School.
Vero Beach High School.
Performing Arts Center. Mm-hmm.
Oh, fantastic. And we already have the talent selected from?
Yeah, so we have a group of 20 finalists. 4 of those are from Indian River Charter High School, which is something we're very proud of.
So this is a younger group than the Vero Stars or whatever it is, Dancing with the Stars.
This is ages, 7 through 20.
Oh, how fabulous.
There's some young performers there.
So what kind of talent are we thinking about?
Well, we have singers, we have dancers, musicians, we have a pianist, guitar.
I would imagine this is a great way as well, Keneth, that young people who can participate in something like this that is regional, that they get discovered, and many of them can go on so much further.
Well, this is the whole point of it. It's a way for us to get some exposure, some national exposure. So from this event on the 24th, the final winner will then go on to the regional showdown, which is going to be held in Orlando.
Oh, big time.
And that's going to be a regional thing, so that's going to be pulling from all over Florida. And then if they win that, they then go on to an all-paid expenses trip to Nashville.
Oh my golly, Nashville. Boy, oh boy, get out your guitars.
The city of music, it's beautiful.
Oh yes. Well, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to take another little break and really come back with you and talk about what talent we're looking for. Because now you've already selected, you already have your Indian River.
We have our Indian River finalists.
Okay, the finalists. And then all of us can go out there and help and support it.
Absolutely.
Because it puts Indian River County on the map.
Puts Indian River County on the map, and it's for a good cause too. It's for the Drug Abuse Treatment Association.
Ah, terrific.
So all the donations will be benefiting this organization.
Oh, fabulous. Well, we are going to take that 60-second break, come right back with my guest, Keneth George. He is the Communications Director with our Indian River Charter High School, but he's representing Treasure Coast Got Talent. And oh boy, do they. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics in downtown Vero Beach. Owner Patty Callahan prints it all, from color and black and white copies to blueprints, banners, signs, prints of paintings, and fine art. Patty makes restorations and creates outstanding graphic designs. Call Patty at 770-1521 or stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics at 2345 14th Avenue. Stop by for all of your printing needs at Patty's Printing and Graphics across from the old railroad station in downtown Vero Beach.
Well, we are back with my guest, Keneth George, and yes, you look at him and you see Indian River Charter High School all over him. But you know what I want to do, because we are talking about Treasure Coast Got Talent. There's going to be a fabulous performance coming up at the Vero Beach High School Performing Arts Center, and that's going to be on
October 24th.
October 24th. They already have the talent that has been selected. They've gone through all the different trials and so forth, and they're competing with the region, actually, and it goes on. We'll tell you all about that in just a moment. But I do want to just let you have a little backstory on Keneth George, because you graduated from Duluth?
DePaul University.
DePaul.
In Chicago.
In Chicago. And what was your specialty? What was your major?
Digital cinema and animation.
Digital cinema and animation. Have you ever heard of the author Soman Chinani?
I have not.
Have you ever heard of the book The School for Good and Evil?
No.
All right. I just did an interview with him.
No kidding.
Yes, and he has written it, and it's going to be I'm got the book. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to Carl to give to you, because it's all of the animation that you cannot believe, and the writing, and it's going to be made into a movie, a series.
That's awesome.
But it truly is, and it was all about fairy tales and all of this.
So the story is coming to life.
Yes, the story is coming to life, but it was so interesting, and that's why when I thought of you, this is exactly what you do: the animation, the taking something and turning it into
storytelling.
Yeah. And
breathing life into it.
Breathing life into it. And this is what he does with fairy tales, but he doesn't always have a happy ending, which
that you want to pull on the heartstrings a little bit. You want to leave people with something to think about.
Well, it was interesting, because as I said to him, and this has nothing to do with Treasure Coast Got Talent, but I said I always have to look at the last page of the book.
I do that too.
I do you? Yeah. Well, fortunately, this one is, because the good girl instead of the evil person wins. So it was a good idea. And this is what it's all about with talent, because when you talk about the talent that we're going to see on stage for this regional contest of the Treasure Coast Got Talent, what are we seeing? You've mentioned dancing and music, and it can be anything.
It can be anything. Really, they were hoping for magicians. We didn't quite get the pull of magicians in Indian River that we were hoping, but it's all talent, from anything from the visual and performing arts. So you have the musicians, obviously, you have the singers, the vocalists, dancers, or the majority of the talent. Oh, see, this is terrific, and I loved it, because you said now it does benefit. Tell me the organization that it is benefiting. The Drug Abuse Treatment Association, so DATA, D-A-T-A. So the benefit, all the proceeds through the donations that we get through tickets will benefit this organization. And how do we get tickets? You can actually call the phone number. We have a phone number listed. Okay. 772-321-3761, so for tickets. Or you can go on our Facebook page. Oh, that's good. And how do you, what do you put in to get the Facebook page? So just go to facebook.com/TC-Got-Talent. Okay, TC, that's Treasure Coast Got Talent. And this is including not only Indian River County, Martin County, Okeechobee, St. Lucie, and of course the final is going to be on October 24th at the Performing Arts Center at Vero Beach High School. And we can all go there, and all of this is to help not only make these, and we're talking all age groups, aren't we? 10 through 22. 10 through 22 with talent. If you want to see them all, it's going to be right there. We're going to come back in just about 60 seconds and let you continue to get right down. So we'll get a paper and pencil, and you can write down exactly how you can get all this information and be there to watch Treasure Coast Got Talent. We'll be right back with Keneth George. Stay with us.
The Furniture Man is a locally owned business that has served the needs of the community of Vero Beach and Indian River County for over 30 years. Here at the Furniture Man, we offer fine pieces to furnish each and every room of your home. Specializing in Floridian style, come browse our selection of bedroom, dining room, patio, and living room. Come explore over 10,000 square feet of showroom, where you can find mattresses, recliners, sofas, dining, and more. Visit us at 673 US 1 in Vero Beach, Monday through Saturday, for all of your furniture needs.
And we are back as promised. Keneth George is here. And if you could just listen to what we talk about during the break. You have so much talent. And that's what we're talking about is treasure. You do. You do, because we talk about animation. We talk about, oh, you've been around. You've done so much of this. And now with Charter High School, of course, you're there working with the kids, too. Are you in the production area there as well?
So I collaborate with the theater director, Michael Nafziger, and Lucy Burke, the art instructor there. And so we collaborate all together on my end comes in the marketing aspect of it, promoting their programs.
But it's just amazing what everybody is doing there at Charter High School. It's just, when I heard all last night, that wonderful presentation about all the different things, the uniqueness of that particular school in our county right here, and it is a public school. It is a charter school under the public school umbrella.
Correct.
That's what we have to understand. But Keneth George, right now we are talking, you're wearing a different hat, you're talking about talent. And so how do people get tickets so we don't miss seeing all of this?
They can order tickets by calling the phone number that we've listed on our Facebook page.
Oh, good. That's 321, that's a Brevard County number, remember that, 321-3761.
So they can call and they can order tickets. Now they are accepting donations for these tickets, and all the money and proceeds will benefit the Drug Abuse Treatment Association.
That's terrific.
And
now,
so that is a great organization.
And tell me about the performance itself.
The performance itself will begin at 5 p.m. on October 24th at the Performing Arts Center. And so this is going to be a pool of 20 to 22 talents that we have selected through our preliminary rounds.
And this is coming from?
All from Indian River County.
Oh, this is the Indian River County. Then you select how many out of there?
And so one from Indian River County will then go on to Orlando to compete against the region, which is Martin County, Okeechobee, St. Lucie County.
Yes,
so
wow. So you have been, of course, working with the Indian River County, part of this Treasure Coast Got Talent. But now, once they win in Orlando.
Once they win in Orlando, the plan is an all-paid expenses trip to Nashville.
Oh, wow.
Where they can then audition. Well, first they're going to get a tour of landmarks in the city, and then they'll be able to audition for an agency in Nashville. So get some exposure that way.
And you know, this is the greatest way for individuals who really want to get going. And they know they have a talent. Somebody has told them they have a talent. They've gotten this far. What did you think, Keneth George? Now, how long have you been in Indian River County?
Oh, a little over 2 years.
Okay. Did you see a lot of talent in this?
Yes, right off the bat. Like, I was impressed. You know, there's some people that have really invested their time into performing, and some of them were like, for example, we had an event at the mall a couple weeks ago. And some of them were just walking the mall and like, I want to audition. I'm doing this.
Really?
And so we had a girl come up and sing. Yeah.
My golly, it's like singing in the shower, and all of a sudden somebody hears it and says, my gosh, you've got a magnificent voice. So this is what it's all about. So very quickly in this last minute, we can get all the information online at Facebook.
Yes, through the Facebook website, facebook.com TC Got Talent.
Okay, TC Got Talent. Just remember, Treasure Coast Got Talent, just Google it.
Yeah,
and you can find it. Google it. And remember, Indian River Charter High School is one of the sponsors, and that means you have a lot of talent. Boy,
we have 4 students that are in the finalists. We've been providing the sound support, so for the sound system.
So 4 of the talent that we will see up there on 4 of the 20 on stage, and that, of course, is on October the 24th. Keneth George, thanks so very much for being with us. Terrific. Can't wait to see it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Be there and support it. You're watching Buzz TV. I'm Marcia Lt.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage. But you can pay too much. But at ICANN, we work for you. We shop all the private and government plans available, dozens of plans, to find the plan that best suits you and your family's needs at historically low prices.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from ICANN, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the ICANN mobile app free. It takes the mystery out of comparison price shopping for prescription medicine, giving you the power to instantly find the pharmacy with the lowest price and save possibly hundreds and hundreds of dollars every single year. So don't wait another minute. Call ICANN, get covered, save money.
Please call 800-345-7585.
Advertise your business on Buzz TV. Email buzztvnetwork@gmail.com or call 772-777-1382.